such a such a competent team for this session. My dear students, my students are always very proactive, aggressive towards such activities, and I can see their energy. They have started logging to joining this event. So students, you are most welcome. And the purpose of this this webinar is already I have shared with the students, and the Mansar's team is already they are the host of this webinar. So I don't think I should say something about that purpose. What is the purpose? Let me briefly explain what is SKIT and what we are doing here in SKIT towards employability enhancement. So, sir, SKIT is one of the the premier engineering institute in Rajasthan, and we are offering engineering courses in most of the branches, most of the core branches, and IT related branches. Plus, we do have masters of MBA in different streams. So we are offering graduate and postgraduate and doctorate level courses. And when it comes to our quality of towards educational delivery, I'm happy to share with you that SKIT is #1 institute amongst RTU affiliated colleges since last 6 years. Consistently, we are standing in #1 position. So that shows our working styles and energies towards the quality of education. When it comes to employability enhancement, we do have a let me update you. We do have a rich collaboration with our industry partner like IBM, Infosys, TCS, and Oracle. When it comes to soft skill enhancement, I'm sure you must be aware Infosys run a program that is called Soft Skill Initiatives under the flagship of Springboard. Infosys has a online platforms to enhance the students' employability skills, and that is called Springboards. So through Springboards, we are rolling out a lot of soft skill courses for our students. A lot of requests to organizers.
Sir, continue, please. Unmute yourself.
Anilji, you will have to unmute yourself. I had to mute everybody because there was some noise.
Yes. I think, am I audible now?
Yes, right. Yes.
Thank you, sir. So I was saying that when it comes to employability enhancement, we do have two different streams. One is the technological enhancement, and second one is the soft skill enhancement. So on these fronts, our industry partners are doing a lot of contributions to SKIT. I want to quote one of the partner, Infosys, which is our very consistent partner since the inception of SKIT. Since 2000. Continuously, they are conducting soft skill courses at SKIT, and those courses are very popular amongst students. And once the beauty of those courses is what once students are going through these courses, either it's a soft skill courses or a technical courses, and when Infosys is coming for the campuses, the students who are participating and doing good job in these two areas, they are shining in the campus placement. So in that way, we are doing a lot of activity towards the skill enhancement. I'm sure in that direction, this webinar again would be one of the benchmark for the student and for my team. With that, I think it's all about what is SKIT in a brief, and when it comes to skill enhancement, what we are doing. I have just brief out because today we have to listen yours team, so I think this is the right time to switch over to yours team, sir. Thank you very much. Over to Daman, sir.
Thank you very much.
Great, sir. Great.
Thanks, Professor. Our association goes back to over 10 years, perhaps. I have been to SKIT complex also, very impressive, but a lot has improved. And to me also, it's very good news when I heard Professor Anil talking about the achievements. So quickly, this is the Bringle core team in front of you. Anshav, Sharmila, Aishwarya, Dr. Lakshmi, and myself. With that, I'll just hand it over to Anshav. Please continue.
Thank you so much, Daman, for setting up this webinar for the students. And I always love talking to students because that reminds me of my own college days. Mr. Chaudhary, I think you are doing a wonderful job, and there are many institutes or universities who are doing great job. Uh, but it's very important for everybody to take care of their students, focus on their soft skills, employability skills, and help them towards having a better life in future. It's not about getting them only jobs today. It's about making them job ready or industry ready for the next 20, 30 years, 40 years of their career, which is very important. So I think these are the aspects which are going to be very, very important from all those perspectives. Uh, Without taking much of the time of everybody out here, first of all, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Happy Bringling. Welcome to all the students and the faculties and my core team. And thanks for being part of this. So we at Bringle UK and India, we are developing the world's largest cross-border inclusive and patented virtual skills development center and skills bank. And this initiative is what we are looking at with Mission Zero Unemployment, where we are looking at working on two aspects of it. At one side, we are going to work with the students, whether they have jobs or they don't have jobs, to make them more employable, make them more happier in the jobs that they're doing and satisfied in their career, rather than realizing that 20 years or 15 years down the line, they find themselves in a soup. And that's where we are trying to create this, opportunity with the students and sharing these aspects and some of the tips and tricks, or some game shift, some game changer plans will be shared by Dr. Lakshmi in this webinar. Each of you who will participate on this webinar with full concentration and complete this webinar, followed by a feedback form, each of you will get a certificate uh, from Bringle UK and India, and this can be very useful for you when you showcase it to your corporates or for any employers in future for that. My name is Anshav Jain. I'm founder and MD of Bringle UK and India. And just would like to share about why we started this initiative. And these are general aspects of the industry which is currently there. And it is very true, even today's environment. In fact, after COVID, it has become much more difficult right now. If you see today, there are only 5% of the youth today has employment. Overall, we have around 229 million youth in the country. More than 50% of them are not even able to afford a degree out there. And out of them, only 11 million get jobs. Even engineers, 56% of engineers are jobless today. And that is the kind of state which we are living in the country. And employees leaving their first job within less than 1 year itself. Either they're not interested in that job, or they're not able to perform well. So there is a very, as per the McKinsey survey as well, there is a big, there are 80% of the people who are sitting in corporates are currently misfit. Misfit because they're not having the right skill set, or they're not working as per their skill sets on that. And it becomes very, very important for each and every individual to look at their core skill sets and what challenges they are, they could face in the future, not today, but in the future. Now, let me just share a quick video with you about the overall challenges which is being faced in the industry today by overall aspects. This is a little 2 minutes video which I would like to share with all of you. So let me know if you are able to hear this.
No, Anshav, we are not.
Anshav, sound, please.
Okay, wait. The voice is still not coming?
No.
Yes.
Sorry, I
Voice
think
is not
some
coming.
technical glitch. Trying to share my computer sound, but it is still not picking up. No.
Oh, no, not yet.
Okay. Okay. So let me just kind of quickly move to the presentation back. We'll figure out in the middle of the presentation when we have time. So this is the kind of what we do is I'll just narrate this story with respect to the story of everybody. Everybody have certain dreams in our life that we want to become something. Can you please all mute yourself?
Anshav, you're also muted.
Yeah, I am unmuting myself. Okay, so everybody is having these challenges with now. Why is our currently youth are facing such issues? So there are three main reasons why 95% of the youth are not able to explore their true potential. One, they're unaware and unclear about their own skill set, about the industry, the way it is moving in. What are the skill set where they would be required over a period of time? They are not employable. When I say not employable, it does not mean they don't have jobs. What I mean is they're not ready to be, they're not industry ready. They're not, corporate groomed properly, and they're not fit for the future jobs or the digital skill set which they require in the future. There is a concept called red versus blue ocean. And I'll just explain a little bit on that. So red ocean is something where there is a lot of competition and there is a bloodbath happening and everybody is running towards that. And blue ocean is something which is an unidentified territory where if you go, you will find a lot of things for you to survive in that ocean. But if you tend to remain in a red ocean, it will become a big problem. And frankly speaking, the corporate jobs, it used to be the job, it used to be the aspects for government jobs by 1990s. Now, by 2020, the corporate jobs have also got saturated. There are only less than 1% of the jobs being created versus the new graduates who are coming into the ecosystem. So please, I think we all have a responsibility to stop looking for the jobs, but start generating more and more jobs for the country. And which will help. Maybe 5% of you will become an entrepreneur, but those 5% people or youth can create opportunities for the rest 95% of the youth. And that is what the whole initiative about Mission Zero Unemployment. Now, what are those 21st century skill sets which you will require to be future? And believe me, 50% of them are not even defined yet. What I'm talking about is from my current perspective or current understanding. There are a lot of changes which are supposed to happen in the future. The world is going towards automation and everything will change accordingly. So unless you have these basic skill sets with you, and you should know about everything, you should find out your skill set, the core skill set in one of these areas, and each of you can find out one area which is really good for you. So one is design thinking, where you can actually design a product. Guys, please mute yourself. So we will ask. So if you guys have any questions, we will open up it for the questions at the end of the session. Please continue with the session because your questions may get answered during the flow of the presentation. So keep it little, keep yourself on mute. It will be much easier for you to focus on that. So design thinking, where you can work towards designing a futuristic business model. Lean thinking is more on a project management and operational excellence roles. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, cloud computing, growth marketing. Whoever is in sales, okay, and the data analytics. It is generating a lot of data, and anybody who has got statistics or data understanding, they can go into this data scientist or data analytics role. Now let me talk about what are the C-suits, the CXOs or the CEOs or CEOs of the large corporations are their priorities are for their existing employees. Forget about the new employees, even for their existing employees, they're struggling today to work in the corporate environment. This is as per the Deloitte report in 2019. So one is, there is no completely every role, every job is transitioning into a future of work.
Hello, am I audible?
Someone, can you please make sure that everybody is on mute in the participants, in the attendees? You'll have to do that again and again. People are unmuting themselves.
Tell me, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, but please keep yourself on mute. Okay, so they are redesigning their job work, job roles as well, and reskilling all of them. And that is where their most of the focus area there. So if our colleges can focus on reskilling or upskilling the candidates, or the graduates or our youth towards the futuristic job skill set, they will be much at a better situation in the future, because already the ones who are there are struggling. Now, let me share my story with you and why I decided to work on this initiative. I actually, and I think please hear this very, clearly, very, very patiently, because you will realize that you will find some common grounds with you. I actually wanted to become an astronaut, wasted 2 academic years to prepare for medical tests, and eventually joined engineering. Of course, I joined the world top 5 in India, Delhi College of Engineering. And then I got into the job as a campus placement in sales. Then tried back engineering, because that's where I spent my 4 years. Realized that is one of my biggest mistakes, even after going to the world's largest grassroots refinery with Reliance. And then got into operational excellence, where I grew almost 16 times in 11 years. If somebody would have told me, that this is your career path or this is your core expertise, I would have gone it directly over there and made my career, much better and much faster growth over there. When actually I lost my job at the age of 34 years, when I was earning the highest amount of salary and being the youngest vice president in a global MNC. I realized that I've actually tried 21 plus ideas in last 21 plus years and lost 7 businesses in last 7 years, which eventually transformed a loss-making business into a $100 million global startup today. And we are currently recognized in 10 by 10 awards and recognitions within 5 different global regions on that. And soon we are becoming a unicorn. So it took me a while, almost a journey of 18 to 20 years to realize my true potential by the age of 40 and take it up to the next level. And that's where we came up with our vision statement of zero unemployment, and where we are supporting and encouraging, empowering and guiding the youth towards employability and developing their entrepreneurial mindset through our skill development programs. So there's a quick update on that. It's a simple 3-step process wherein it's an AI-based system which captures your core skill sets. Then our counselors work with you and works with you on developing your holistically, prepare you for those 7 digital skill sets which I just mentioned above, and those will be updated into your assessment or your skills bank into the system. And eventually our AI bot trigger the right or the best jobs for you, which are suitable as per your skill sets. Simple 3-step methodology. We work on integrating 21 plus applications into one platform, which reduces the effort done by the student as well as the teacher or the mentor to work on that. We connect with our 50,000 plus experts across the globe, which is spreading across in 70 plus countries through this platform. And we provide you gamified education, which is more personalized, simulation based, and use virtual reality or augmented reality simulations as well. Little bit about me. I think I've already spoken about me, about 18 years of experience in corporates, 70 plus years of entrepreneurship and 3 plus years of angel investing. Sharmila, who is working more as accessibility and inclusive expert and supporting from a technology perspective. Our core team, Daman, Aishwarya, Lakshmi, Pratik, Praveen and Prashant, they are focusing on different areas of the opportunity as per their own interest. And we have a core team of close to 15 plus people. We have a core team of 15 plus people with 80 plus principal mentors and 50,000 plus mentors community spread across 50 to 70 countries with global organic reach of 200 million plus in 140 countries. With this, I would request Lakshmi to take this up from here and give a little glimpse of what kind of paradigm shift which she's trying to bring in.
Thank you, Anshav. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, Lakshmi.
And is my screen visible?
You'll have to share it again.
Okay. I think you'll have to unshare it and then yeah, I'll share it again.
Hello, 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 hello. Hello,
Yeah.
hello. Hello.
Yeah. Is it visible now?
Suno,
Yes.
suno, suno.
Yeah. Okay. Hi.
Suno, suno,
Happy Bringling, everyone. Good morning. And I'm Dr. Lakshmi Nippani, and I would be taking you through one of the most important E's of your life. That E which is looming larger than the elephant, the E of the elephant. And you know what is that E? I think all of you can make a guess. As Anshav has rightly pointed out, it is the E of employment, the E of employment. And you are now at the threshold of a gigantic shift, that shift in your life, the transition from the campus to the corporate. Do you know what is there in store for you? The paradigm shift. It's a huge change that is awaiting you. You will definitely ask this question: what is there in it for me when we look at the global workplace transformation? That is how we transform education and the employment ecosystem. And the simple answer that we at Bringle can give you is that there is a one-stop solution for all the questions that you have. That questions that you have for the big change that is going to come for you when you move from the campus to the corporate. We all ask this question: what is it that you want? Because tomorrow you're all going to be working. Okay, you're all going to be employees, at least in the initial start. And you would definitely ask, what is it that you want? The needs of the employee. Whereas at the same time, looming large, looming huge and bigger is the employee expectations. I'm sorry, the employer expectation. The employer expectations are much more. You have a dream, but you need to convert it because you need to match that employer expectation. Do you think we can do that? There is a huge gap between the employee needs and the employer expectation. And what can we do about this? My dear students, what we need to do is how we can bridge that gap. And before we think of how we bridge that gap, let's answer the question of why is there a huge gap? This is because only 2% of India's workforce has received that skill training, that training and skill, what we focus on, what we call industry ready. We all have been working on, I'm in different corporates, I have been working on different skill-based programs, but being industry ready is very important because employers today, they feel that, you know, the most of the new employee, we are hiring everyone at random, but they are not industry ready. You're not ready. We are not ready to move from the campus to the corporate because there is a gigantic shift. 80% of the employees who leave the organization is because of job and the goals mismatch. That was what was supposed to be shown in the video for you, you know, that job and goals mismatch. And we also have 50% of students that they did not complete the college education because of the goals mismatch. And why is this so? Because we are not industry ready. We do not have the career counseling at the right time. Most of us do have it, but the right time at the right place and at the right moment is a very important skill-based force that we need to look into it. What can we do for this particular? Now we come to this question, how do we bridge the gap? My dear students, I will just tell you one thing. Dream big, dream it. It is your life and you dream. But at the same time, like as your professor was telling, there are a lot of companies, Infosys and Microsoft, Google, etc., coming in for you, giving you skill-based training. And so you dream that I want to join these big companies. So what you need to do is find out what you like doing best. Go to that, pick up that career option that you like doing the best, and get someone to pay you for it. That means as simple as that, you become industry ready. You have a smooth transition, like how the butterfly moves from being a caterpillar to the butterfly. So you have the metamorphosis ready for that. And what does Bringle offer you? How this is what we can do you. We give you a free skills profile and instant industry ready index with a self-paced training. We have a lot of programs for you on our learning management system, and this is how you can work on it. You know, the differentiator that Bringle will bring to you is what we call the iceberg illusion. I'm sure you all know the iceberg illusion. When you look at the iceberg, what we see is only at the tip of the iceberg. And people see, oh my God, he or she is a successful person, a successful CEO or an entrepreneur. But what we don't see is that the one below the water, under the water, and that's the soft skills, that is the foundation, and that is your industry ready package. The one on the top, that success, is only that 15% of your technical certificate, that you are a MBA graduate, an engineer, a doctor, you're an advocate. But the remaining 85% underwater is your grooming, molding, metamorphosis from being an industry one. Okay, that is important. Okay, so now we look at the global workplace transformation. We want, we at Bringle want you all to make this paradigm shift a very smooth one. So we bring in a lot of modules for you. It's like appearance matters. People wonder what is appearance and how will it matter. You will see later on how appearance matters. A lovely, effective language. How you can communicate right. What is the business etiquette required to communicate? What is the business etiquette required to talk, to write, to sit down, to stand, to give a handshake, to give your visiting card? There is a business etiquette. Okay, Indianisms. One of the favorite things about Indianisms, we all have people asking us, what's your good name? And I tell them, I have only a name. I don't have a bad name. A name is a name. There is nothing like a good name or a bad name, So that is one of the Indianisms. And we say, I'm a 2018 passed out. What is passed out? That means you are, oh my God, gone away. So if you have passed out in 2018, how are you alive today? So these are the things that we are going to groom you. Critical thinking, people management, your team management, how we need to work as a team without insulting, without attacking anyone. The change management, that metamorphosis, which is very important. Think out of the box and interview skills. A perfect molding of what you write in the resume and how you answer the questions. Today's HR is not going to ask you the same old standard question and say, tell me something about yourself. We are going to ask you different questions like, why are you wearing the color pink? Why are you wearing the color black today? So that is the question. And in the digital world today, we look at portfolio construction and the digital presence, which is a very important aspect. I'm sure you all will be talking about portfolio construction, your internship, your projects, everything has to be there, and how you digitally bring it across in this age of metaverse. The emotional intelligence, the IQ, from the subconscious mind to how you bring it about to the conscious mind, the EQ, the IQ, all these things together. Cross-cultural training, which is definitely the most important in today's world. And not to forget the POSH, prevention of sexual harassment at the workplace. At the campus life, it is different, but when you are entering the workforce, the job, the employment, whether be it your own work as an entrepreneur or working for someone, the prevention of sexual harassment, knowing how to prevent yourself and also getting caught with it is very, very important. Okay, so a quick video for you all where you will see what is this. Okay, how you have seen how even a dustbin, if the appearance is not good, it matters. Have you seen that? One at a fraction of a second, people will take in your appearance. And the same thing is with our resume and the CV. So we at Bringle will take you through what is the difference between a biodata, what is the difference between a resume and a CV. There is a vast difference between a biodata, a resume, and a CV. So there is an attention grabbing resume and CV for each job that you apply. For your resume has to be different, your CV has to be different. So the do's and don'ts of the CV, the resume, and also the do it yourself. We are not looking at something which is very simple and say, my objective is to be to sit in your chair tomorrow. No, we'll have a completely different package for you. And now, what is that way you're waiting for? It's only the interview call. So you can get the interview call because of your resume, but getting through the interview and staying on in that workforce is the soft skills, the one below the under the water. So there is the business etiquettes that is very important for corporate success, which will open doors that even education cannot open for you. Why do you think the lion is the king of, it's called the king of the jungle? Do you think it is because the lion is the most powerful and strongest animal? Of course not. The lion is not the strongest animal, but it is called the king of the jungle because of the way the lion looks, the way the lion talks and walks. The talk here is roar. And my dear students, you need to walk the talk. You need to walk the talk with the good body language, your eye contact. Do you know what is the official focus zone? The eye contact. Do you know the triangle of the official focus zone? Do you know where to place your hands when you are listening to somebody? Do you know where to place your hands when you are doing the talking? Do you know how to sit down? That is what is the body language, that expression on your face, to stop making funny faces, to stop screwing up your face, to stop giving expressions which other people don't like. That is body language. And definitely, as Anshav has said, stop waiting for jobs, because not everybody can be employed, and you are the key point. So why don't you help others? Because if opportunity does not knock on giving you the job, why don't you create an opportunity and become an entrepreneur yourself, leading to zero unemployment? I will give you a small clipping about a quick video and you will understand where you stand. Can you take a look at this and see how important this is? So what I want to tell you all is that it's up to you now. Do you want to be like the carrot, going hard and then come out softer? Or do you want to be like the eggs, going hard and come out softer? And or do you want to be like the coffee beans, mingling with everyone? We go through different stages. As Anshav said, there is a transformation in our life. We sometimes lose our job, sometimes we get a better job, but that's up to you to come out strong, my dear students. You are the future for tomorrow. So it is in your hands to how you take this paradigm shift. You want to be the carrot, you want to be the egg, or you want to be like the coffee bean. But wherever it is, we wish you all success. Thank you. Over to you.
Great one. Great one. Daman, would you want to have questions now or after your presentation?
Do we have questions already typed in? Or do we allow?
Nobody has typed in. I think because this is just a flow, if students have any questions, maybe they can ask.
We can ask Professor if he has got
Yeah.
some questions.
Yes, sir. I do have a question.
Tell me, please. You can come on video. Yes, sir.
So the problem is what, as I told in my introductory speech, that, everybody comes to the academia that there are huge gap, and they're crying, there are huge gaps, but no one is coming with a concrete solution. If I take an example, let's say IBM comes to us and will say there's a huge gap. When we ask them, then how it can be bridged? Let's come together to try to bridge this gap. Then they are coming with some courses. Similarly, Infosys is coming, and again on the same line they are saying there's a huge gap, and they'll be coming on some solutions with some courses. But the problem with us is what? We cannot roll it out all these individual industries courses in our curriculum. We had a panel discussion where we invited to IBM, Infosys, TCS, Oracle. Let us come together. You all industry guys come all together and decide what we need to do.
Right.
Because we do have a limitation in our academia. We cannot accommodate more and more industry related courses because
Exactly.
we do have a fixed syllabus, fixed time window. So for me the problem is how these different courses can be integrated. Either it's a technical courses or a soft skill courses. This is what solution I'm looking out of this panel.
Right.
May I
Yes.
attempt to answer, Daman?
Yes, please. Yes,
Okay.
please.
So I just want to share with you, Anil sir, a very recent example. Okay, yesterday I was in the India Slack launch. Slack is one of the company which has been recently bought over by Salesforce in $27.7 billion. Okay. Now they're doing an India launch after actually 3 years. They've been into India for a couple of years now, but they formally was doing a launch. So I was talking to their country head, who is the CEO of country, and their Salesforce managing director and chairman was also there. And what I was talking to them about the same issue, same point of view, that you are saying that and I've been from a corporate, so I have seen that what struggles corporates have seen through, because they are trying to make these students employable or these youth employable. They actually train them. For companies like TCS or Infosys, they still have bandwidth or money to train them. They train them for 1 year, 2 year time, and by the time they get trained or they become productive for the company, they leave the job. So for them, it's a total loss. It's actually a loss of more than 200% of the CTC value to them. And that is why I'm sharing to you with this example, is because they are afraid that I am going to invest in training or should I invest in my business? And that is what the most of the worry is. Now, I had a discussion with the country head of Slack yesterday, and he said that I am ready to do support students while they are studying in the colleges. See, the problem is they don't want to spend the time and energy once they join the corporates, once they join the businesses. What they're ready to do and support the colleges is when they are in the colleges. The only thing what they're looking at is they don't have time and energy or expertise to really train them. So what they want is you make them industry ready. So we are like, we are working with Slack or Salesforce that if somebody is having a core skill set, I shared some 7 digital skill sets with you. I'll just share that screen once again so that get some little idea around what I'm talking about. Now, these 7 digital skill sets are very important in the futuristic jobs, and these 7 skill sets comprises of all the 7 pillars of an organization. Okay, so design thinking, lean thinking, AI, ML, cloud computing, AR, VR, growth marketing, and data analytics. Now, when it comes to Slack or Salesforce kind of models, they will be happily training the students or giving the content or even aligning their trainers while they are during the course of the program, during the course of the academic career. So the idea here is that if we could train or make our students more employable during the course of academic training, we don't just provide the academic training. Institutes like you and few others with whom we are working right now, they are understanding the need of bridging this gap between academia and a corporate industry.
Answer, I do agree with you. I do agree. But
can I add?
One sec.
I think let Anilji talk about it.
Answer, the problem is, I do agree. I do fully agree with you. There is a gap, but the point is about how that gap can be bridged. Either one company has to come forward to bridge the gap, or most of the IT companies, those who are looking for the candidate from, let's say, SKIT, they need to come forward and try to bridge the gap. But here conflict is where. If I take an example, let's say in SKIT, 5 companies are coming.
I got your point, Anilji. I got your point. Actually, Daman's presentation is all about that. Where is Bringle coming in? So we are coming in as a bridging partner here. So we will coordinate, work with corporates or the business industries, especially on these digital skill set, work with the colleges. And our idea is to create programs right from the time a student enters into your college. Right out of day one.
Answer, no. There is a missing. Bringle should work with industry also. You are not supposed to work only with academia, because we cannot.
Absolutely right.
You need to coordinate industry partner also, so that they won't be fighting to each other.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. That is exactly what we are looking at. You have touched the right point, sir.
Can I interrupt? Can I interrupt?
Yes,
yeah, and I think before Anshav said, I wanted to tell the same thing, that we are working with the industries. For example, as you mentioned, Infosys, sir, I have been working with Infosys, right, entire south of Infosys, Bangalore, Mysore, and I've taken the entire package of the industry ready package. It's a complete, training which I deliver to Infosys and to many other corporates like HSBC, HDPI, HCL right now, and many of the corporates. So there is an industry-ready package, and which we are working with these corporates. That's what is the differentiator. Bringle can give it to you, and there is we have different packages for the students because of the different dreams and aspirations that they have, and we are in complete tie-up with different corporates, name it and we have it. And let me tell you, that's my 30 years of experience with the corporates. We have worked with different corporates, and we are ready to put our students in any of these with our industry ready package. I've shown you a list of soft skills that we can give. And so most of these companies, what they do is that they do assign out of the 8 hours a day that they work, they assign 2 hours for the soft skill training. That is what we say the industry ready package, and the remaining for the domain training or the technical training. Post that, we also go in for the induction training, And we also go in for a floor management training where they go in for their team leads and how they work with the team management. So there's a complete package that we deliver, and which Ansha will tell you that our core team in Bringle, we are all most of us have that expertise in that, along with the mental health aspect of it, because this leads to a lot of mental health issues, the psychological differences and the issues. So as a psychologist, I also bring in that core experience about how we look into the peer support, take in the lecturer support, and we work at a proper mental health issue along with being industry ready. So that is how we manage the gap. If that answers your question, sir.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I got your point, and we are
sir,
looking for such.
Thank you, sir. That's what I wanted to tell you earlier. Yeah,
no,
thank you.
Absolutely right, and we are looking for such model.
Thank you so much. Yes.
And in fact, the reason I've shared that experience with my discussions with my, with the Slack country head is actually because of the same. Because he has also come up with their own support system to be provided to colleges, not only just from Slack, but from the entire Salesforce team. And the Salesforce and managing director and chairman Arundhati Bhattacharya was also there. And she is also very passionate and supportive. And not only just about employing the youth or making them employable, but also working with persons with disabilities as well, and giving opportunities to them as well in their company. So there are a lot of corporates like that. We are joining hands with them, bringing them into the ecosystem. Unity is another platform where we do augmented reality, virtual reality platform. So there are few other names like Infosys, TCS, and other names which have been shared by Lakshmi as well. So it is a actual bridging of the gap between industry and academia.
Yeah, and so I got it, and as I have already communicated to Daman sir, once we will conclude this seminar, we will have internal discussions and we'll have some analytics, and we'll definitely I'll get back to Daman sir.
Great, sir. Great.
Sir,
thank you very much.
Sir, is your student, any of your student wants to ask any questions? They're free to ask right now.
And some you yourself can ask to them too if you have any questions, because it's today's yours day.
Sure. So, Lakshmi, you want to take this up because questions will be for you mostly.
Hello, students. Can I hear you all? Can I see you all? I'm in virtual hearing. We're all eyes and ears open for questions. Any doubts that you have, any sort of confusion in your mind, not doubts, any confusion in your mind. We are here to
you can unmute yourselves. You can switch on the cameras also.
Or you can put it in the chat box.
One by one, please.
Guys, this is your time. You wanted to talk, you wanted to communicate, and now you're silent. When we were presenting, you were just wanting to ask.
Put it up in the chat box. Put it in the chat box, or you can ask.
Type in the chat box also. We will monitor the chat box.
Yes.
So you have 3 channels available to you. Unmute and speak. Switch on the camera and then speak, or type in the chat box. Any questions that you have for us?
Even if you don't have any questions, if you want to share your fears with us, share your experiences with us, share your challenges with us, please feel free to discuss, because this program is not going to be successful without your support or without you getting that personalized support. And we are committed towards that. So Lalit has a question.
Yes.
Okay, so Lalit says, what's the idea behind Bringle and how it will help the youth? Okay, Lalit, I don't know what you mean by idea behind Bringle, but if you want to know the meaning of Bringle, I can share that. So is that your, so idea of Bringle is a kind word called brain plus tingle, where you energize your mind and achieve your dreams. And that tingling sensation which you get in your brain, that's called Bringle. So brain plus tingle, if that answers your first question. The second question, how it will help the youth. I think this answer should be best answered by Lakshmi. Lakshmi, would you please take this up?
Sure. Youth, you are, as we said, you are the future for tomorrow. So what does that you all, require? That again, I mentioned the paradigm shift. Today in the campus world, if you you talk too much, your lecturers will be happy because you keep asking, keep talking, keep doing that. But that same talking, when you move to the corporate world, when you start working, if you talk in that same way, then there is going to be, you're not going to be accepted. So that is how we are I'm just giving you this example so that how your communication, your talk should change from campus to corporate. That is one example. So whereas in the campus, silence is not golden, where you want to talk, in the corporate, at times silence is golden. So that is how it will help the youth. So we make you, it's like, we completely make you industry ready. You walk in and say, oh, this is my home. This is the dream. This is the house that I built for myself. That is how you will look at it. And we also help you grow. It is not that once you get into the job, we leave you. We still help you grow to that and take you to your dreams. So there will be at every step your Indianisms, as I said, when, and the literal translation, like how we say, put the fan. In Hindi or in our mother tongue, we say fan way or fan dalo. So, or we say put the voice is coming. Voice doesn't walk and come. It doesn't, but then am I audible? So all these things, this is how we train you. And there are lots of things. The way you say, when you have to, now when you're in the class, when your professors and all are talking, you might sit down and have your hands like this, and sit down. But when you are in a meeting, in a business meet, in a corporate meet, you cannot have your hands like this because that means it is bouncing. So that your boss or your team leader thinks, oh my God, look at that. So this is different ways that we are going to help you in, as I put a whole list of things. And we will also take you to the culture bridging. Because India is a varied, a diverse land of different cultures, and also you will be going abroad and coming back to India and doing a lot for India. So that culture bridging, how we will. It's not just that as simple as in Rome, do what the Romans do. In Rome, do what the Romans do, and also convey how India is good. That's what we train you. So tomorrow you are going to come back and help the senior citizens of India. And that is where you will be proud that you were part of Bringle Industry Ready program. Okay, Lalit, does it answer your question? Thank you. Any more questions?
Professor Anil, then we'll wait for questions once again. We had started a bit late due to technical glitch. Do we have 10 more minutes to continue with few more discussion, or shall we stop here?
No, you want to continue discussion with students or?
No, quickly wanted to show the solution also, which is the challenge. We have done some discussions, but Daman, what are you bringing on the plate? So we quickly wanted to talk about the solution also.
So we can continue because I can see some of the students have, sign out.
Because they might have the next class.
Yes,
we understand that. Yes.
Yes. Because it's a lunch time, not at next class. Okay. 11 to 11:30, there is a lunch duration in our institute. So, and the student from hostel, in particularly for those students.
Understood. So Anshav,
that group.
What I suggest?
I think Daman, then you should quickly have your your slides, because at least we have Anil sir with us, and this will be, and we have at least 50% of attendance yet for the students. This session is being recorded. We can probably share this recording later on with you, with them, and the students can watch it again as per their own convenience.
So, Professor Anil? Do we
Yes,
have the permission?
yes, we can continue.
Great. Thank you very much. So I hope you can see my screen now. Someone say yes, no, please.
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
yes,
you
Daman.
can see.
Great. Thank you very much. So rightly said by Professor Anil, accepted by us, understood by us, no one person, no one organization can fix this challenge. We all will have to get involved, and that's why we are talking to all. These numbers could be phenomenal. When we talk, we are mentors, we are perhaps looking at 50,000, 100,000 mentors. The numbers are great. But to start with, even the problem statement or understanding the problem, we will do through the research. It's not just book, it's just someone saying. So one of the global research is done. The question asked was, what challenges did you have? And we had given only 4 options. So 21% people said technically low in their skills. 24% said soft skill wise, there was a gap. 41%, which is a very big number, would say lack of industry knowledge, and remaining 15% said others. So just look at this survey quickly, please. Those who didn't have any challenge in getting the employment didn't participate, right? So 100% people who responded, and this was global and senior people also, some would have been from academia also, because the research was left open to all. So those who didn't have any challenge wouldn't have participated. Then the question or the poll was kept simple. Either select this or that. There is a possibility that someone had technically low and soft skill also low, or the one had technically low, soft skill low, as well as lack of industry knowledge. So then these numbers could become dramatic. Dramatic means drastic, means a lot of work to be done. So this is what our approach would be, taking inputs directly, as we say, from the horse's mouth. So this is a DTU student saying in Delhi, in India, there is a challenge. There are more qualified people than jobs in India. And Indian youth from tier 1 colleges are underemployed. Another student talking about that lack of open source knowledge. This is a student from GTB IT. He is still studying. He has not appeared for the interview. So these are his perceived challenges. Lack of specific knowledge, which comes with experience. That's what we call dirtying our hands. We will provide that platform. The projects, live projects for students, to the students to work on. And inability to negotiate salary. 35 years ago, when I came out of my institute, I joined TCS, but I didn't have all such questions in mind. I couldn't even think of someone being available to me as a solution, as a helper, or as a mentor to me. So this is what the approach would be. We will provide, we'll create this platform. There'll be pre-assessment. Where do I stand currently? What are my strengths? Where do I lack? This will be provided. We will use, Anshav had talked a lot about that, the latest technology, artificial intelligence, AR, VR, including AI and gamification platforms to do this. The identification of the gaps, as well as when it comes to bridging the gaps also. And because we are spending time, money, effort, nothing comes free in this world. So we should look at the effectiveness also. So there will be assessment at each stage as well. We have defined 3 levels. So it's not one-time program that we have come and delivered a webinar. It's going to be a long, going up to a lifelong. We'll see slowly how does it become lifelong. Level 1 will be called Know Yourself, AI-based psychometric assessment. This will help me to understand where do I stand. Based on that, Bringle will attach 3 types of experts with me: a career counselor, a psychologist. In the past, we would have thought the moment Daman is going to a psychologist, that means there is something wrong here, a chemical locha. It's changing, perspective is changing. There's nothing wrong in talking to a psychologist. I need to, then I must. And an industry expert also. This is how Professor Anil's question also gets answered, that it's not only me, it's not only you, it's going to be we. There'll be industry experts available to us as mentors to the students. And a student graduates from level 1 to level 2 with Bringle certification. Level 2 is called competency-based learning. Soft skills, few of those Dr. Lakshmi had talked about. Domain-based learning. And this is once again happening. 7 digital skills Anshav talked about. So latest. And nothing is constant. What is required today may not be required tomorrow. So we'll keep doing this research. We'll do research ourselves. We'll go to World Economic Forum. We'll go to McKinsey. We'll go to KMG. There are so many reports published. So we'll pick up all. By the way, students will be involved in the research also as their projects. And once again, an assessment, and with a Bringle certification, student graduates from level 2 to level 3, which is corporate grooming program, where we go deep. Advanced level, domain level learnings will happen. Management systems level. What industry needs is that the one becomes productive day one, the one enters into the industry, into the corporate house. So even management systems, which are very important for the corporates, and there are thousands of them, hundreds of them, 20 at least we will be able to count easily. So organizational resilience will be the domain we'll call, and trainings based on that. We'll provide 100% job assistance also. And once again, effectiveness will be checked through a continuous dialogue between the institute, the authorities, the management, the faculty, and the students. We are talking of shortage of, anyone blindly will say, yes, there are less number of jobs, generally in any country, but we talk of India specifically. Existing corporates generally will not be able to generate so many new jobs. So we need to create new corporates also, for which there is a program called Build or Design Your Unicorn. I believe a unicorn is understood. A company that is evaluated, market evaluation becomes $1 billion is a unicorn. So 5 stages are defined in that, starting from 21 days interaction to 21 weeks, going up to 21 quarters. So roughly 5-6 years program is there. It's not one day, one time activity. That's a good point. That's we will claim to be our USP, Bringle's USP. And the campus ambassador program, we will involve students with us from SKIT. This could, with your help, could spread to other colleges in Jaipur, to other colleges, universities in Rajasthan, across India. Some of you could be part of us later. And any work that anyone does with us, a certificate will be provided by Bringle UK. And this is where I would like to stop. And once again, back to Anshav. Questions, if you want to continue, we'll be happy to take questions also. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Daman. Anil sir, do you have any questions before I take it forward? It is basically a generic little bit about Bringle, what we have been doing. That's all. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Answer, I got the entire idea, and in fact, I was in discussion with Daman sir, so I'm well familiar with this model. And as I told,
okay,
let me discuss with management. Once we'll have conclude this event, I will take it forward to the management, and we will discuss it. We'll have an internal discussion, and then I may be having certain more questions.
Sure. So, Anil, just give you a little background. There will be the options of having a free webinars and some initial assessments just to understand and take a pulse of the students where they stand today. That will be a very, it will be a personalized approach, but we will be doing it more in groups. Eventually, as we move along, it will take more and more personalized route. Eventually, when we move to the corporate grooming program, it will be a very focused industry or the skill set that they possess, and then grooming them and making them industry ready for the same along with the industry experts. Now, just to add a little bit on the psychologist perspective, it is not about just psychology. It is not about that mental health is what we are looking at. It is also about understanding the personal and professional crisis which they may face in the future and how they can make themselves ready. So that's where the mental health or the psychologist will support them a lot on that, so that they are more aware when they reach out to the corporate on that level.
Sure.
A little bit about us. So that's the kind of thought we are looking at. And so we are currently the top 3,000 startups within North America and India, which is as per IIM Kolkata and Department of Technology, Government of India. We are a top 10 startups of Mumbai. We have got recognized for 21 days series of complete pearls of wisdom was published for 24 days in Southeast Asia with Radio Masti 24/7 Singapore. We have got awards like National Skill Development Program Institute Award by Government of India and Education Outstanding Leadership Award from in Dubai recently. We have been featured as Super Startup by Fever 104 FM and various other publications like Trusted Brand by Times of India, Sunday Guardian, and Hello is talking about our unique and revolutionary methodology, which we have been working. This was our 21 days business sustainability challenge, which we did it in 2020 for entrepreneurs specially, where 5,000 plus live entrepreneurs watched this sessions of for 21 days, where 80 plus speakers and from 30 plus countries have participated and generated almost 35 to 40 hours of content for us, and which is available free of cost to all the entrepreneurs to go through it and make their dream career. We also run various programs of 5 days investment readiness challenge, 21 days business sustainability challenge, workshops and handholding programs, followed with 21 weeks and 21 quarters and 21 semi-annuals program in the Designer Unicorn. We also ran a series called Making the Virtual World Alive. This was focused to specially transforming the education into a digital education with the vice chancellors of the very futuristic universities like Rishiwood University and all. And we had published 2 magazines on digital future, wherein with our Super 30 transformers who had been personally selected, handpicked by our team, and they have created this entire thing. And this magazine was published or given, showcased it to various industry and political leaders out there, both nationally and internationally. We have been part of the Lead India, World Book of Records, London, where we were part of the longest running webinar of 27 hours with 70 plus experts from almost 100 plus, from almost 50 plus countries. And another thing, recently we have launched a book called Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao. The whole objective is to book, about that book is transforming India into a self-sustainable and financially independent economy leading to zero unemployment. And with this initiative, we are working with various colleges, setting up the Mission Zero Unemployment camps or skill development centers within the campuses, working with the students, leveraging the students to support them, come forward and grow the ecosystem, and not just only support their own college, but the university, but the entire region, and eventually the country around that. And that's what we are looking at. I've been, going to various countries now to promote this concept and, reaching out to all those Indians who could come forward and support us in this initiative so that we could reach out to millions and millions of students out there. We have a target of Vision 2020-2030 to transform 1 billion lives, 1 million businesses and 100 unicorns with an investment fund of $1 billion. So that's the kind of commitment we at Bringle are putting into this effort. And we are reaching to various cross-border industry experts and working with them to improvise this mission zero unemployment. And we are completely dedicated to India for the next 3 to 5 years time. So with this, I just, kind of would like to say thank you to all of you for listening patiently on this. And with this association, we are looking forward to remove, unemployment issue from our country and make it as a more financially free country on this, so that we can bring more and more jobs and revenues for the country. Thank you so much. Keep bringing, keep growing.
Thank you very much, sir. Professor Anil, others, if you want to switch on the cameras quickly, we would like to take a photograph. And Professor Anil will share that feedback link with you. It's Google form that students need to fill in so that their certificates are generated.
Sure. You share with me, I'll share amongst the students. So
great.
Thank you once again on behalf of SKIT. I wish you all the best. I can understand it would be, it's a right, initiative, and not only in India, the entire world is struggling with such an idea. So I hope this would be succeeding, and wish you all the best for this endeavor. Thank you very much.
All the students, this wouldn't have been successful without you. So you all can clap for yourselves. This was a great session. Thank you very much.
A tap on your shoulders for each one of you. Pat your shoulders, yeah? That's how it goes.
Thank you once again. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. We can close the
Thank you.
session now.
Sure, sir.